3G Boss in partnership with Canary Wharf Group. In association with Simple Call, sponsored by Feast Restaurant, NCL Tours, London Churchill College and Shard Restaurant, Brick Lane. Charity partner, ICRA International.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Behind the Boss. I'm Nadia Ali and I'm going to be with you from now till 10 o'clock, and this is exactly where you've got to be after the 3G Boss, because this is where it all goes down. Today's task was to create a promotional video for Channel S and then later to upload it on social media and promote their videos, starting from making it to marketing it to coming up with the ideas and designing it and editing it. That was everything they had to do, and then later put it on social media. Unfortunately, Team Eminence had lost and the team leader, Lamisha Chowdhury, was eliminated. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much.
You know what, firstly, I have to give you a big fat kiss, please. Only because, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, and I think my producer's going to kill me, but it's fine. You've been my favourite.
Oh, really?
I swear, you have been my favourite throughout the whole show. Everything for me has been about Lamishisms. I've actually got a book of Lamishisms.
Okay.
We'll go through it later on because there's so many. You know, starting with the first episode where you said, whoa, 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 in your interview, which was so great. I think I'm going to have to learn some of these tips and use it in my life in interviews later on, maybe. But how has the journey been for you, Lamisha?
To be honest, at first I thought I was never going to get through any challenges, but when I got through them and my key skills, they started developing, and I thought, wow, this is actually really good for me. So the show's been really great.
You were very shy. When we watched the interview stage, I remember you were on there, your sister was on there, who was eliminated a couple of shows ago. And when I had seen you, I thought to myself, you know, she's really shy. Is she going to make it through? And then it was crazy because from the first interview stage to the, you know, episode, the task where you had to go out and sell things, you had already shown a difference. Where did that confidence come from?
I think because every single task, one of your key skills develops, and that's confidence. And as it develops, you know to yourself, okay, that's it, I can do this. And my family, they kept on encouraging me over and over and over again, and that improved my confidence.
And has there been a lot of rifts between you and your sister?
Well, before she got eliminated, there was a lot of battle because I really wanted to know what she was going up to help my team, but she's really sly and she's pretty quiet.
Well, we're going to talk more to you, Lamisha. Right next to you, we have Ruhal Chowdhury. Welcome to the show, uncle of Lamisha. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Thank you very much for having me on the show.
It's great to have you here. And of course, you know, showing support, as Lamisha said, family are very, very important, especially for something like 3G Boss, which has never taken place. It's the first time within the British Bangladeshi community where they've done a reality show for young adults. How has it been, and what do you think of the whole show?
I think it was actually amazing because at age of 14, they're going out there and doing many, many tasks. It's not just one task, project managing, videoing, charity, and they're gaining many, many experience. At the moment in the market, if you go out there, it's a job, it's an international market that everyone's applying for. It's not just for the London people, but the whole world. So at least it helps them when they go out to apply for a job. They have many experience behind them, such as the 3G Boss and other things that they can, you know, they can do.
Absolutely. Lamisha, was it fair, a decision to take for the judges to literally eliminate you?
Okay, well...
In fact, actually, you're going to become eminent for being the first person to say, hey, fire me. Why? Where did that come from?
I knew this question was going to come up. Okay, so I think through the whole task, I really thought I was going to win. My team our aim to win was to basically beat Rod, because he won every single task, and that kind of annoyed us. So we thought, okay, we can do this. We'll just beat Rod. We can do this. And then I think at the very end, I was just like, oh God, we didn't win. And I just genuinely didn't know who to choose. And then I thought, okay, well, I've got my mocks because I'm in year 11, and my GCSE's coming up, and this takes a lot of time. And I thought, okay, well, maybe I should get out, because my team, they did absolutely fantastic.
Oh, well, I think that's really humble of you, actually, because when you brought the two boys in, Hussein and Azmain, and they were asked about whether you've been a good team leader, they, both said you were amazing. And actually, when they said, should you be fired instead of Lamisha, none of them stuck up for you. How did you feel? Wasn't that quite backstabbing?
Well, Hussein did kind of stick up for me a little bit, but in the end, I chose to be the leader, and I chose the responsibility to go with it, and they basically knew that I was going to be fired. So.
Well, they didn't, because nobody knows who's going to be eliminated. I think, again, you're being very humble, but we'll move across to Sanwar Chaudhry right now, one of the judges and, of course, a successful businessman and entrepreneur. Welcome to the show once again. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
How do you feel about this whole process? Because I know you were very fond of Lamisha.
I was gutted that Lamisha decided to fall on the sword. Honestly, she had developed week on week, and the one-to-one conversations that we used to have, I think she was taking on board what I was saying. She used to engage before reflection. I think slowly over time she did start to think about what she said. I think that the leadership was very strong. I mean, she worked well. I think it was the presentation that let her down, but she could have argued in the boardroom to stay on, to sort of carry that growth along. And I think could have been persuaded if she had done that. But obviously, she was very presumptuous. She decided to, forecall the results, and the results speaks for themselves.
And actually, it was very close with Empire and Eminence. Very, very close. It's not like it was over 1,000 likes or 1,000 hits. It was a few numbers here and there. So
I mean, Lamisha had the best presentation. Best video
promotion.
Clip. They had gone out and they had done something which was transformational. But unfortunately, I think it was the presentation that scored them slightly lower marks. I think the answers to questions from the audience was brilliantly tackled. I think Raad, again, I was surprised that their team won, because what they had done wasn't anything that was innovative, wasn't anything that excited us. But unfortunately, the scores were definite for one team as opposed to the other. So, we had to go along with that and sort of decide from there.
And if you, Lamisha, could change something about the video or even go back to the boardroom, what would you change?
I think I do regret it a little bit that I got out.
I think you do. I could see that whilst we were watching the episode, and you were just sitting there cringing, thinking, oh, did I just do that? They were asking questions to Azmain, and Azmain was fighting his battle, to say, why he's so great and shouldn't be eliminated. And you just went in and you said, actually, he is really good. It is all my fault. And I think you did that about 4 times.
Yeah. I think that I should have defended for myself, and I could have stayed in the competition longer, but the judges could have also fired me. And if this was going to be my ending episode, I wanted it to be something to remember. So I guess it's up to the judges who they would have fired.
But if you had won 3G Boss, that would have been even more to remember.
Yes, but the question really is, would you have fired me that week?
Who knows?
Well, you know what? I'm going to ask you a question, because you were saying you work with young people, and it's really important to have shows like this. How has how do you think a show like this will actually inspire young people that you work with, for example?
Thank you very much for saying. I work for Tamilets Education Foundation, where we do a lot of development from 8 to 25-year-old, and I think it's very important we start from a young age from the age of 8. You know, this is when they pick up things and they learn skills, and we try to upskill them. Any hobbies or any activities that they do, we try to make it into business mind. So say someone likes doing drawings, how to make comic books.
Yeah.
If someone likes, you know, we're trying to make a lot of young boys on the States to make painting and decorating instead of hanging around. So they as a team, as a group, go and do painting and decorating for people, apprentice. So I think it's very important, something like that. And someone like Lamisha, she's never done something like this. You know, she does boxing, and she does police cadets.
No
She's a police cadet as well,
way.
yeah. So apart from that, she didn't really actually, and I don't, she works in a pet shop. Some I don't PDA, you could tell them. So apart from that, you know, this was actually a horizon where she came up into the market,
Yeah.
and he got her skills out, and she developed, and I think she did really well to come up to the 6th episode as well. That's really well.
Absolutely. Now, with regards to last week's telecommunication, episode that we had. Now, again, it was very different to this time, and the team that had won and the team that had won this time, it was for the similar reasons, right?
I think the skill set, obviously there are some very talented people. I think all of the contestants came through a very intensive selection process. So everyone that had come through has different sets of skills to bring along. And I think last time, Lamisha did far worse than this time. You know, she made so many blatant mistakes, and it was at that time that she was more in danger of coming out of the show than this time. So my personal gut feel is, and again, Howard and I were the only 2 judges, I have a very soft spot for Lamisha, especially in the way, I think she has a lot of intellect behind what she projects. I think sometimes she says things that she hasn't reflected on, but when she does reflect on it, she comes through in a very knowledgeable way, very coherent, very holistic. So it's a shame that obviously we ended the way we did this time. But I think, again, last week was a totally different environment. This week, it was trying to persuade to a more informed audience.
Absolutely.
And try and get likes through social media.
And actually, like last time, we were talking about the strategy and, of course, the product itself. And last time, the strategy was better, which is why you let them through. And you said, actually, strategy is more important, so we're going to let you through. It's not about the product. And this time, it was, you know, the product was the better thing, and the strategy was in place, but they didn't get through. But the other team that did, whereas you've actually said that their strategy and their product was not as good as Team Eminence. Why did you make that decision?
Well, I mean, again, this time round, some of the innovative presentations, obviously they had some celebrities on there helping them out. I was surprised that they didn't win that, hands down against the other team, because obviously that celebrity pool should have increased their likes throughout the different medium that was there. But this time round, I think it was a balancing exercise. Obviously, we always have 2 measures to judge both teams with, and we wanted a one-to-one measurement of performance as well as social media, because social media can be manipulated.
Absolutely.
And I had guessed that this team might have manipulated it better than the other.
Yeah,
but obviously
but
they didn't quite
unfortunately they
succeed.
didn't this time. Talking about social media, don't forget guys, you can also be a part of this show. All you've got to do is go on to www.facebook.com/the3GBossUK and hit the like button. Let us know what you think, and of course you can leave your comments and your messages and we will definitely read them out. Don't forget, if you're a bit of a Twitter freak, you can also tweet us at the3GBossUK. Now, Lamisha, I've been saying how humble you've been and how you've just been sticking up for your team members. You've done this throughout, and we've actually got a small video where it shows the humbleness and the Lamishisms of Lamisha. Let's go check it out.
I want to promote myself forward as team leader because I think I'm confident and I'm determined to make us win. I also think that since I'm the only one in this group which haven't been team leader yet, and I think you guys should give me a chance and see what I'm capable of. The channel, in 2004, the channel was founded by Mahir Firdaus Jalil. Since I'm team leader, since I decided to choose to be team leader, the blame should be put on me. So now I deserve the consequences.
Okay, well,
But I'd like to say, throughout the start of the series, I have improved, and I'm massively thankful for that. So yeah.
You know, it's difficult. Somebody has to go, and you have to defend yourself.
So it's me.
But listen,
Okay.
you've got enough airtime already. I have to say, you know, you're effectively leaving me no choice. But
You know who to choose.
Lamisha,
Yes.
this is the end of the competition for you.
I really did it. Right. I'm sorry. I should sit down. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Go on, get out.
Have fun, guys. In the competition. You guys can do well.
This isn't ganging up.
No, so she's not liking it. That's what I'm trying to say. She's not liking it.
We don't mean it in a good way.
I told you in the car.
Yeah,
Exactly. You deserve to be in this so much.
I did. Okay. Well, I kind of defended
Why
myself.
didn't you take one more I told you in the car?
Exactly. It's not, you know what? You deserve to be in it, but if it makes you happy,
If you don't try to
man,
fully
you did really
how are you
well.
gonna know who's
And you know
better,
what?
who's
Yeah,
worse?
you last round, you murked
Do you get what I
it.
mean? If
Like,
you don't
team
try
manager.
the fullest you can possibly try, how are you gonna know who's better and who's worse?
Exactly.
Guys, you guys are gonna go far in the competition.
But you would have too, but you know what? You're an amazing team manager.
I'm coming back, man.
Back, man, and she sure is here live behind the boss right now. Now, you just shot yourself in the foot there. Like, it was constant, you know, no, wait, but, and you know, you were constantly butting in and constantly correcting the judges with regards to what they need to do. You were making the decision for them, literally. That's what you were doing, that they should be eliminating you. How was the reaction? We know what the reaction was of the judges we've spoken to Sanwa, but how was the reaction of your fellow colleagues? How did they feel?
I think everyone was really angry at me. Like, they either said to me, "Why did you do this? What was wrong with you?" Or they just wouldn't talk to me, and they were like to me, "Oh, you're not even going to be here anymore." And I was like, "What? It's my decision. Like, be a little selfish. I'm giving you something." They didn't like it, which is kind of generous of them, but why weren't they being selfish? I didn't get that.
But why weren't they being selfish? But they were. You had two people in the boardroom with you, and they didn't stick up for you.
But if you think about it, if we go back to episode, I think 3 or 4. Yeah, it was 4. I think I was in the room and where Asmain and Sadia and Alan were sitting, and if Asmain called me back in, no doubt about it, I would have been fired.
Yeah. But you were brought back in, weren't you? Was that the
Yeah.
episode where you were brought back in and you had actually got a lifeline in that episode because they liked what you did, but they gave you a lifeline and said, actually, Lamisha,
Second chance.
yeah, we're going to give you another chance to go back and prove yourself. Do you think you made the right decision for becoming team leader for this?
Yes, I do. Yes, I definitely do. Because I think that because I became team leader, it also like developed my leadership skills, and because of that, now I have leadership skills, and that's fantastic. And yeah.
No, it's funny because when you were in the boardroom, I don't know, Sanwa, if you would agree with me, but when she was in the boardroom, she wouldn't stop talking.
I mean, again, if she had just stuck to the script, defended herself,
She would have
said
been
she had
fine.
done a good job, which she had done. Okay, the presentation wasn't as good as it could have been.
But everything else was good.
The other two boys,
strategy,
Ajmain and Hussein, were
products.
easily as culpable
Yeah.
of what had happened as Lamisha was.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. We've come to the end of our first segment. We're going to go on a break. Thank you so much, Rahul Chaudhary,
No
for joining
problem.
us. And, of course, Sanwa Chaudhary too. Don't forget, guys, you can still be a part of it while you go on a quick break. Make sure you hit the like button. I know you all have it on your smartphones and Android, so go hit the like button. Send me your comments. Let me know what you think about Lamisha being out today. Was it a fair judgment or not? See you after the break.
watching Channel S.
3G Boss in partnership with Canary Wharf Group. In association with Simple Call, sponsored by Feast Restaurant, NCL Tours, London Churchill College and Shard Restaurant, Brick Lane. Charity partner, ICRA International.
You're watching Channel S.
Welcome back to Behind the Boss, and of course I have two new guests with me in this segment, and I have the coolest star of the 3G Boss. In my opinion, I have Lamisha Chowdhury still here with me. And I'm so glad that you're still here, because you know what, before you were like, oh, Apu, I feel kind of nervous, but actually when the lights are on, the camera's on, you're totally fine. You're in your element, right?
I don't really know how to take compliments, but thank you.
Thank you. Right next to you, we have Mr. Alwar Rahman, the CEO of London Tea Exchange. Thank you so much for coming on. And this was one of the treats that the Empire team had.
That's right. Yeah.
I was super jealous. What was the first thing I said to you when I walked in?
You said you should come along, and you should, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we had a sample of different teas they tried, and I think they really enjoyed it. I was actually pleasantly surprised how much they knew about tea, because when we first got briefed that we'll have a group coming over, I thought actually premium tea, people don't know much about it. They were firing away questions like they knew everything about it, and I thought, right, I better go home then. But yeah, they had a lot of fun.
So I have a question for you actually. So in Sylhet, they do a shatranga cha, right?
Yep.
Have you ever tried to do that or create that?
We've been trying to work out how they do it actually.
And they won't sell that to anyone.
No, they won't.
It's
and
crazy,
it's very,
right?
very famous. That's
Yes.
right. And
It tastes amazing.
The taste is amazing, and a lot of people actually ask the same question, which is, do you have this tea? And I say, no, it's actually produced by this person who knows the secret.
Who's never going to sell it.
They're not going to really let the secret out.
Yes, but maybe it's still work in progress.
Work in progress. We've got lots of people going to Bangladesh to try and get that tea over to the UK. So let's keep our
Maybe you should use Lamisha's tactics. Well, one of the techniques she used in this episode, what did you say to Howard Dober? You said, if you know what I mean. It's like, did she just do that? Did she just do that to the judge? Did she actually say, if you know what I mean? What? If you know what I mean, I'll hold a gun to your head. You were just ready for it, weren't you?
Yeah.
You put yourself in that position. Right at the end there, last but not least, we have Abdul Haq, who is, of course, the Vice Chair of Channel S. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Nadia.
And of course, you are also the face of Purple Eye show that comes on all techno stuff, all
Bits and
computer
Bytes,
stuff.
I
Bits
think.
and Bytes, yes,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
it,
that's
sorry.
fair enough.
And of course, the catering circle as well, the face of all of that. So sitting there, having to be a judge this time too, on the 3G Boss, how did it feel? Because it's different to what you normally do.
Well, firstly, the two team, I'm really proud of our younger generation. They're really good. They pick things up very quickly. My first part of the observation was the production side of things. And I think there were two teams, if I can recall,
Eminence and Empire.
Empire. The Eminence was the team who I thought the production side of things were excellent, because they prepared the scripting, which was really good. Then they did the voiceover. Then they also did vox pops, which is of quite a few famous people like yourself, Nadia, and a few others, and created a bespoke, tailor-made production, which I really thought was very challenging and done a good job. I think where they were lacking, to be honest, was most probably they haven't marketed. They spent all their energy doing the production, and at the end result counts. So, you know, the marketing should have been a bit better. The other team initially was a bit laid back. They were kind of, you know, the Empire team. The production was just off the shelf, if you like, nothing special.
Yeah.
But I think they spend more time doing the branding and marketing.
Yeah,
That's
and now being the face of Bits and Bytes, and of course a presenter that understands IT to another level, how important is social media within the younger generation? And having 3G Boss implement that? How do you think this will help the younger generation, and why is it important for them to use social media?
I mean, social media is the way future because it costs absolutely nothing. Everyone uses Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and it's a freebie. So we've got billions of users on there. Doesn't cost anyone any money. The good thing about it, the tool being designed, especially on Facebook and Twitter, is to market the product, or for Facebook, you know how it works, giving updates and so on. So that's the best way to communicate. Before, it was the older generation send a text message or even make a phone call. Now, you know, with a click
It's
of a
all
button,
about the social media
thousands,
now.
millions of people can see your message.
Absolutely.
So speed is the key,
the most
really.
important thing.
Yeah.
And just a reminder for them, for those that are watching at home, if you are quite young, make sure you ask for your parents' permission before using any social media sites. And of course, don't forget to check the age restriction before you join any of these sites. Coming on to you now, you know, when you use social media, of course, you did have adults with you that supervised you guys to help using, whether it was Twitter, whether it was using Instagram or Facebook. How did you find it? Did you think it was, like, you know, we have this perception that social media is the fastest, you know, way to get hits, fastest way to get likes, etc. Did you feel it was quite difficult? Did you see a different side to the social media life, should I say?
I think that at first, as a group, as we came up with the idea of getting famous people onto the video, that's when we realised, okay, if we got these people, then yeah, we're going to get so much votes. And that's what Sadia did. She brought us, all of you guys, and when we got you guys onto it, an error actually happened. They didn't show this on, but I think sometimes the views, they kind of pause.
Oh.
So that was one of the problems. And
did you mention this in the boardroom, or did you forget?
Yeah, I kind of mentioned it, not
Okay.
much. But anyways, so the views kind of paused, and we obviously got our views back onto track, but with that error on the thing, we were all very panicky.
Yeah.
And that's what happens in social media. So when you're using YouTube, you've got to be careful that your views don't pause. And we had to like search up the company, look at if they have any phone calls or anything like that, to see if they'd let us, like, our views continue.
Yeah.
And it was really hard.
And actually, you lost because of a few views. It wasn't like 1,000 or 100. It was like literally a few views. So that could have actually been the reason why you lost the whole, the task. You never know, right?
Definitely.
Moving across to Mr. Alwar there. You had the young children come over and you said, you know, that you were impressed with their knowledge about tea and how great it was. With 3G Boss, do you think that they could have done something within the tea factory?
Possibly. I mean, one of the things a lot of people do when they come to the store is say, can you do a bespoke blend? And maybe in the future it could be a task where we give the teams to create their own blend and to see which of the blends win. Yeah, it's quite complicated in terms of blending teas in the first instance, but yeah.
Well, I have a little game for you talking about the blending and talking about teas, which I will let you know. What I'll do actually, I'll explain the task and then I'll speak to my viewers. Okay. So what I want you guys to do, you've got some teas there, and these are all from London Tea Exchange, and this will be really, really embarrassing for you actually if you get it wrong. So what I would like you to do, by the end of this show, I would like you to tell me what tea you have in front of you, so you can have a smell of it, a taste of it, and try and guess the ingredients that's in the tea. So I'll let you guys start on that, and whilst you do that, I'm going to speak to my viewers at home. Don't forget, guys, you are the reason why 3G Boss is happening and Behind the Boss is on, because I know you guys love the goss that comes straight after the 3G Boss UK. So don't forget to hit the like button on facebook.com/ I was just about to say BBC, but / the 3G Boss UK, and of course Twitter as well at 3G Boss UK. We have a small little video about our darling Lamisa and her literally Lamishisms. It's a 10-second video. Let's go check it out. Are you guys smelling this? Because,
right,
you know,
yes.
before the video is about to take over, I need you guys to be smelling it away.
What's the name of this?
That's it. As you can see, they're sweating right now.
My nose is blocked,
don't
number
really
one, and I'm a coffee man.
Well, I'll let them sweat. Let's go check out the video. Yeah.
My starting point is here actually, G.
Okay, and when you say you want...
Good morning, gentlemen. I see that you need a rubber band.
What do I need that for?
I mean, look at your office. It looks like a mess. You need to keep it as a tidy. I mean, that pen, that could go anywhere. I would sell it for £75, but however...
£75?
Yes.
Is this like the only one in the world?
Yes.
Give me 1p for it. What?
1p? No, not happening. I'll give it £1 for it.
Amrata school kita hali drink sell for ya. I respect korbannya. Ayah gitu ibu.
Kita amrata nilu korbannya.
Hani to. Malikina kaita market. Sell harta. Bengali itu. Oh, you don't speak Bengali. Indian. Hindi. I don't speak Hindi. I'm sorry.
Hello, Baba. What?
So kita ini. Sudah dilah. Okay. Sudah kita ini pusha. Kita chance itu combination.
How about you give £10 and I'll...
No. Come on. Come here. I'll give you.
It's really good because you get to go to Disneyland and there's hotels nearby and everything's fully like done for. So would you guys like to be interested in taking a leaflet?
But you know, when I'm walking down the street and I just want to get away from someone, I just take the leaflet. So how do you know that they're actually interested?
Tell you what, why don't you just give one leaflet up?
No, I don't think so. That's your role, okay?
It would consist of flights and accommodations, which you won't need to worry about, including the transfers from the airports to the hotel.
Strongest decision. That's a tough one. And because I think we all did well, but I think Asmin's doing really, really well. Oh, I've got the numbers. The batch numbers.
No problem. That's not bad. Yeah, customer just need these. Don't worry about that.
And 250. And I'm not honest. I'm not so full one. I'm not going to push a 99. Actually, I found the only tiny or Google card.
No.
You don't want to pay now?
No, I don't trust you because I already trust you before. I don't pay.
So you're not going to?
No, I don't.
The very famous Lamisha with her Lamishisms. My favourite has to be selling the rubber band and offering Howard Dober half a rubber band. How do you sell someone half a rubber band? Only Lamisha could do that, right? I'll let you try and justify that.
Well, in my point of view, I actually generally had no idea how much I should sell it for. So I didn't know what this rubber band could do. So I just said the things which came out at the top of my head. And, well, you can make a bracelet with a rubber band. Don't I advise you not to. Audience, don't.
But you can if you wanted to. Yeah. I love the Lamishisms and it's been a pleasure watching you. Honestly, I think I'm one of your biggest fans, Lamisha. I really am. I would sit there and watch you 24 hours a day. I love watching you. Before I say goodbye to everybody, let's quickly get the results for the tea. I'm going to start with Abdul Haq. What do you think's in yours?
Well, to be honest, I've got a blocked nose today.
There's no excuse. I've seen you with your cuppers. You've got your cuppers, mate, around you.
I'm a coffee man, and the only...
Any guesses?
It's not English breakfast, so
I'll tell you what, it can sometimes help you lose weight.
This must be Chinese tea, I'm sure.
Very close. China Premium Green Tea. Very close. Well done.
Yeah.
I think that deserves a round of applause.
Well done.
Moving across to the man who should know all about tea.
Yeah.
Oh, don't embarrass yourself. What do you think you've got?
We have something like 175 types of tea. I have no idea, but it seems like we have a tea called the Angel's Kiss. Which
That's
is
exactly what it is.
Okay,
it's got a bit of green and white tea in there. Well done, well done. Now, last but not least, to the little Lamisha. What do you think is in yours, Lamisha?
I don't drink tea. I know nothing about tea, apart from PG tips. But since this is posh tea, it smells of strawberry or cherry, but...
Yes, very close. That was half of it. It's Bora Bora tree, strawberry... Bora Bora tea, strawberry and mango.
Oh.
Well done, not bad, considering you don't really have much tea, so I think that's brilliant. Well, I'm going to be taking definitely a batch of it home because I love tea. But thank you once again for coming on. Abdul Haq, thank you so much. And of course, Al Rahman, it's been great having you on. And Lamisha, I don't know what to say, but I think the audience will definitely miss you. Thank you again. What's the last thing you want to say to the audience watching at home?
Well, you should watch a lot more of the show because it's going to be really good, even though I'm not in it.
And last but not least, who's your favourite and who's your least favourite?
Okay, that's a really tough question. All right, so my favourite would probably be Rod because he's really good and he's on a win streak. That would probably be Afra.
Thank you very much. That's Lamisha Chowdhury. It's time for us to sign out right now. Don't forget you can follow the footsteps of the 3G Boss and the contestants online. You can follow them on facebook.com/the 3G Boss UK. And of course, you can watch this repeated tomorrow morning and on YouTube. But for now, it's Nadia Ali signing out. See you next week.
.3G Boss in partnership with Canary Wharf Group. In association with Simple Call, sponsored by Feast Restaurant, NCL Tours, London Churchill College and Shard Restaurant, Brick Lane. Charity partner, ICRA International.